All right, so class quests are done. What is up next? I think back to the main story quest, right? That would be... Okay. Wait, is this in Limsa? Oh, it's in Uldah. Okay, I can just return then, right? My question is, when do I get a mount? That make all this traveling super easy to bear. Nymphilia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea, and no longer had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You've achieved a great deal in a short time and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. Uh-oh. We have guests, or rather you have guests. Uh-oh. Who the fuck are these guys? Oh, fans? Do I have a fan group? Lady Nymphilia, Radiant is always Flame Officer. Is that my man? Is he back? Raoban? I'm given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero to their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. Oh, I have to choose? As you can see, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of the deed spread so quickly that the Immortal Flames should know of his triumph is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Eep. Eep. Your reputation precedes you. It is no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dead primal, yours was already a respected name in Uldah. A man of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Uldah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours and let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. He looked so dumbfounded. Very well. Now, can I join all three? Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. If you're agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the three city-states are planning to hold the remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Hey, back off. Very well, let him hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. All right. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving the other. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will have field more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. What's a link pearl? It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Okay. Eorzea is changing and you have the power to help shape it anew. She basically gave me her number. None can say what tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it's time you make ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Okay. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue literally if necessary. Okay? Anyway, I expect you want to know when and where the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and the Elder El-Seeker, Kan-A Senna, will deliver her address at Miketo's amphitheater. It's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, yay, where Flame General Ralban will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. Who could be the special guest? Last but not least, you must make your way to the state room in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Admiral you know who will be giving her address. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So we go up to... Actually, why don't I do it here? She basically said, hey, it doesn't matter which one you go to first. Okay, I'm doing the one in Uldah first while I'm here. That makes more sense. All right. There we go. There he is.
And Roban as well.
My boy.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Okay.
Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Uldah dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Ul'dah have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
Yeah. Whoa.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Right.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests.
Okay.
If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled.
Yeah.
Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous?
Yeah.
I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
No.
You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death.
Yeah.
Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier,
I do.
monetarist or
I don't know about you
royalist,
guys, but
all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand.
Yeah.
Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond.
Hell yeah.
Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth.
Hell yeah.
In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity.
Hell yeah.
The realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for Ul'dah.
And the Oscar goes to...
Raoban?
Your grace.
Raoban?
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure that's the same voice recording line just played.
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived.
I find this kind of ironic as she sits on someone's arm like a throne with a crown on her head. Just saying.
For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the
For
Sultana!
victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
She's like a little oil perched on his arm.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
If you'll permit me, Alfie No,
Hello.
and my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw
Does she
at
not
a
talk?
glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Uldahs have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit, who's dead. Judging by your look of distaste, I take you have encountered him, and he's dead. The Uldahs do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do... Surely that's OP, like there should be a cap on that. Every time they do so, the Uldahs send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. She seems friendly. Nice to meet you. Well, that was very inspirational. Raoban certainly has a way with words. Okay, we're next on here, Gridania. And away we go. Again.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Oh, that was her.
Our
This is my
forebears
friend.
were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
Okay.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that
It's her.
Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working
Okay.
hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by
they're
the
here
light
again?
of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
Right.
"5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity.
She needs an umbrella.
The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable, so beleaguered from within and without. It is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor
She
the memory
speaks.
of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
Okay.
Let none be mistaken.
Doesn't sound good.
The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania.
Makes sense.
We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action.
True.
I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, Let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
What will be done?
It's up to us to protect the
For
forest.
the elementals!
All right. A little less inspiring than Rauban. I'm just gonna say it. A little less inspiring. Also didn't have an oil. Oh, there's my friend. She's not gonna say hi. What's her name?
Fancy meeting
Leih.
you again.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Rama. Okay, that was 2 more primals already. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Violence is the last refuge of something. I can't remember the saying. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelzud was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to an attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and thereby the power of the elementals will put an end to their woes, yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursion, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Who are these guys? Don't tell me though, because I don't want it spoiled. Alright, one more. Where are we going? We're going to Limsa. Alrighty.
Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
My bow's so big.
Brothers and sisters of the sea,
Oh,
hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
okay, instantly a little, like,
700
more
suns have come
inspiring.
and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as
Hello
the
again.
Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
Interesting.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
I get the feeling he doesn't like these guys too much.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
Wait, this entire place is a ship?
Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the
Or is she
restless
talking in
Lontano.
metaphorical terms? The ship, the people? I don't know.
The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the
Lottie.
mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Gather the lads!
Gather the lads.
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral.
Okay.
Fancy meeting you again.
Why does he always say that after he's already spoken to me? As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsans' backyard. And that is to say not of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside and the primal threat dealt with once for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper sheet of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Okay, she's had enough. Well, thanks for the advice, little people. Oh, she's calling. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Yes. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Welcome back, where the Grand Company leader's words is illuminating as you had hoped. Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, but you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Wait, that's in Danalan, though.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep.
Are they going to give me a fourth option? No, they can't, right?
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Wait, are they Elizin too?
Sister.
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
True, actually, they did feel like
As
that.
though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None.
Because none of them can remember.
I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
She's very pissed.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Oh, nice. Okay. Who do I pick? I don't know. Who's the best outfit? They're all kind of the same, to be honest. So if I went Gridania, it's kind of like a my people type thing, right? Despite me starting in Ul'dah, like the people in Gridania look like me. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Limsa. Sorry, big man. But to be honest, I just don't want to pronounce her name more often than I need to. The Admiral, whatever. So I started with Rauban, pretty much. I can also change, right? I might just, I don't know. I'll just go with my people. I take it the Elder Seed Seer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? But Rauban's funny in his own little way. You know what? I am flipping a coin. Heads is serpent, tails is flame. Heads is serpent, tails is flame. 3, 2, 1, go. Serpent it is. Thank you, Google. Join the Order of the Twin Adder. Okay. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to our headquarters in Gridania, the Adder's Nest. I have no doubt that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When we next meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you brother. I regret my decision already. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, it really helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new upload. Also, follow me on Twitch if you haven't yet. All the links are in the description below. Come say hi, hang out during streams. I hope to see some of you guys over there. Anyway, peace.